Hello, Aries. Hello, my fire family. How you doing? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you already. Thank you if you are brand new and you're just viewing this for the first time. We do need to grow this Aries tribe. So if you're cross-watching an Aries or you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, I hope that you will subscribe. All right. Let's take a look here. We are going to read for the week ahead, as we always do, Aries, and it's going to be for whatever comes out. So I'm open to whatever the universe wants to tell you, whether that is about money or your love life or your family, your home, your career. All right. Let's talk about Aries, please, in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries. Thank you if you're cross-watching an Aries. All right, let's take a look, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is up in the week ahead? Whenever you find this reading, it will always be for the week ahead. All right. We've got the King of Swords. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Chariot. Excuse me, and the Sun. Wow. All right. Something is about to move really quickly in your life. And it's because you've had some sort of a breakthrough or a realization about something. You're also in a growth period, by the way. I want to say that probably everything's doing well. Your pentacles, you're probably growing potentially spiritually, and in your career, in your personal life. This is a good time for you. And if it isn't right now, it is coming up. We have the Page of Wands coming up in the reverse. Having shuffling problems today. I just can't seem to keep the cards in my hands. They're popping out all over the place. It's probably the energies, right? All right. I've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Five of Swords in the upright. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands, the Fool, and the Nine of Wands. Oh, someone who's done a lot of work on themselves, who's been really worried about stepping forward, stepping out of the line. The lineup, yep, I feel somebody's about to do that, Aries. It's you. There you go. I feel like you're about to take a step off the edge this week. In the week ahead. I feel like I'm saying this week probably because you already feel this. It feels like a nervous, it's like the anticipation. The anticipation of, it's like when you're doing something for the first time and you have to wait that last few minutes, right? It seems like forever. So it feels like that you possibly might be asking someone to marry you in the week ahead, possibly asking someone if they want to move in with you, take the relationship to the next level. Because this person you think is your soulmate. Alrighty then. Just like that. Let's take a look at this stuff here. Got the Page of Wands and the King of Swords. It's interesting here because what's going on in the future, it feels like you're ramping up to do something more, take a relationship to the next level. And here it feels like you come into the week next week. I feel like you're coming into that week next week feeling unsure or holding back. Like it feels like maybe it does feel like the intensity of someone who maybe is going to ask someone, can we be official? Will you be my boyfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? It also has the anticipation of someone who's may pop the question. There's the Page of Pentacles, which is a gift. So it feels like there is energies here of something brand new that's about to unfold. But I think it unfolds, Aries, because of your doing. I think you're the one who is going to put everything in motion because the Chariot is here. And I think when you hit the gas, you're going hard. That's what it feels like. When you hit the gas, it's like, that's it. Things are not going to stop from there. So I feel like it's an exciting time for you. Oh, we'll talk about that in a bit. We've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse and the Five of Swords here. We'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, so I feel like going into next week, it does feel like you're holding back your words, that you're trying to take this slowly. It feels like you don't want to make a mistake, and it feels like you're not quite ready to step out on the edge. Right? Out on the edge. You're not quite ready to step out on the edge. So that's the Page of Wands in the reverse. And so this is what makes me think that there might be some sort of something big going down for you this week. So either you're invited somewhere where the big stuff goes down, or the stuff's going down for you. And I think for most of you, it is for you. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. That's a celebration of a gift. So that's why it feels like somebody might be getting down on one knee. Some of you might be asking another to marry you, but for others of you who aren't that serious yet, this might be the place where somebody asks you about, what do we do from here? Because it feels like it's that point in the relationship. If you're in a relationship right now, it feels like it's that point in the relationship where we must say, what are we doing from here? Are we moving in together? Are we moving forward? What are we doing? And so it feels like there is going to be an answer here. The Chariot is here, and it's coupled up here with the Six of Swords, and so it feels like moving from the chaos to the calm, but it happens really quickly. The thing is at the bottom right side of the reading here in the future, this is all swords energy. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which tells me that that might be the time that you actually spring the question. So whatever's happening, whether you want them to move in with you, or you say, I love you, or whatever the celebration, whatever brings the celebration, it's going to be different for all of you, of course. But I want to say that with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, that tells me that you're no longer holding back, no longer thinking it over, no longer obsessing about it. I think you do say something by the end of the week. We have the Five of Swords here, though. I'm just going to say that for some of you, it might not be the answer you want to hear. I feel like for some of you, you're going to be met with swords. You're going to be met with somebody who says, look, we can't even agree on what religion we're going to raise our children, right? We can't even agree on where we want to live at this point. It's like fundamental differences. And it feels like those fundamental differences have always been there in this relationship, but it's almost like it was ignored. It was ignored, but now that we're going to the next level, now that we're either getting engaged or married, or I want you to move in, or I'm saying I love you, all of a sudden the sun is shining on the Five of Swords. So for some of you, I feel that, whatever it is, isn't a really big thing, this thing here, but it does feel like it's had you caught up in your head for a while. The thing is I think for some of you, you're not going to get the answer that you want because it's going to cause an argument. This person, you're going to say to this person, look, we've been together however long. I think it's time that we think about moving in. We could save some money if we both lived in the same place. It feels like whatever you say, for some of you, it's going to cause a fight. Because you still haven't ironed out your fundamental differences. You still haven't agreed about how you should spend money or save money or invest money. You still haven't agreed about what place you're going to live in, theirs or yours, or you're going to buy a new one. It feels like you can't get past the fundamentals of the relationship. And somebody here is always wanting to push it along, because the Four of Wands is the fire energy, plus we have Chariot and we have the Sun. So I feel like Aries, you're ready to go. That's what it feels like to me. So it's very interesting energy here. I think that it would be interesting to find out who I'm reading about, just because it feels like it's such a broad but specific energy. We know for sure that there is some type of celebration happening here. But the thing is that some of you might end up going out with friends and family, and someone might pop the question in that space, right? If you are if you are the one who has decided to move forward or ask the question or push this forward, I feel like you are met with this speed bump here to slow you the heck down. And I feel like you want things to move really quickly from here, or maybe your person says to you, things are moving too quickly. Look, you're a fire sign. You're going to move quickly. Even when you don't realize you're doing it. So I think that the beginning of the week next week is holding back a little bit. Tell me about Aries, please. Why is Aries holding back? Why are you holding back about what you're going to say here? Because the thing is I feel like with the King of Swords showing up, that you're about to be like, it feels like it's a make it or break it moment, and you know it. You know that asking the questions necessary, you must ask the questions. And you also know that it does have the potential to go sideways, or you wouldn't show up as the King of Swords. You're being very careful with your words, and that's why you're holding back. You're being very careful with your words, thinking it over. It feels like it had you sort of the Eight of Swords. It had you overthinking or going over and over in the mind. You maybe have some air energy yourself, maybe a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Maybe you're dealing with someone in those signs. But I feel like the reason that you're being this Page of Wands in the reverse, holding back a little bit, because it feels like this is go time. It feels like it could go any way, because the King of Swords is always going to do the thing that's best for everyone involved. And that person is the one that's usually making the decisions. But right now, you're putting the decision in someone else's hands, right? You're letting them make the decision about whether they want to move to the next level. Maybe you want to have a baby. I don't know, but it seems like a celebratory thing. And we've got the Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So someone's going to that damn dinner with a ring in their pocket. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Okay. Tell me about why you're holding back here. And you're being super careful with your words. Two of Wands, because you know you're at a crossroads. See, this is interesting. You know in your belly that you're at a crossroads and you don't know what answer you're going to get. You don't know what answer you're going to get. And that's why you're showing up as a King of Swords, because it's kind of my way or the highway. That's Aquarius. This, of course, is Gemini and Libra in this reading, but that's Aquarius. I'm the one who has the last word. You know it. I'm not insulting anybody. You know it. Okay, the Eight of Wands. So yes, it looks like you are holding back because you know that things have a potential to speed up really quickly here. First of all, I feel like what you're doing, interesting. The eight and the Two of Wands is the 10, right? And so it feels to me like what you're doing is you are taking stock of self. This is something I need to do for me to drop my burdens. So I feel like it's something that you've wanted to say for a while to someone, Aries, to take something to the next level. And that you've been holding back, not saying it, because it feels like because you've been holding back, it's been quite burdensome to not just let the energy flow. It feels like you're feeling stifled a little bit. For some of you, Aries, you might have to speak with the King of Swords, right? So this person that you could be speaking to, the person that you want to take to the next level might be someone who is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And that person probably is going to be painfully honest with you. And that also may be why you're waiting or holding back. Feminine or masculine, that's the King of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to an idea that hopefully this pans out. Yeah. The Four of Pentacles holding on, right? And the King of Swords is the thinker, the intellectual, the one who's always going to go at all problems with the brain, not the heart, not the empathy, but the brain. So it feels like it's become quite burdensome that you're holding on to this or holding back. And so I think this is the big moment. It happens in the middle of the week next week, I think. Tell me about the Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. What are we celebrating that is beginning brand new, please? Eight of Cups, King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's the joining of two people, right? I feel like for most of you, you're going to ask for a commitment. It doesn't have to be marriage, but for some of you, you're going to ask somebody for, a deeper commitment. And no matter what that is. And the King of Pentacles tells me that you're ready for it. It feels here like you're ready for stability. You're ready for family. You're ready to be a father. You're ready to, or a mother. You're ready to just settle down somewhere. But you don't want to settle. The Eight of Cups is just that, right? Is settling. And the only reason that, it can be in some cases emotional disconnection, but I feel like in this case, it feels as though you don't want to settle. You don't want to settle for just being in a relationship that's willy-nilly or just, has its ebbs and flows. You want something solid. The King of Pentacles shows up, right? You want something of value. You want to build something. And I think that you're feeling that the way to do that is probably to ask someone to marry you or to deepen the commitment here. Tell Tell me about the Six of Swords and the Chariot, because it feels like things, like somebody's moving. She's got a suitcase in hand. So it feels like things, that things are going to move really quick after this. By the end of the week, it feels like things are moving really quick, actually. So for some of you, you'll probably get the yes, because it looks like somebody has decided to move forward here, that there is movement. And the thing is I feel like your movement is like super fast, and this person is like, okay, I'll get there. I'm getting there. It's okay. I'm getting there. Yeah, it feels like very different energy. So we have Cancer energy here, by the way. That's the Chariot. We have Leo. That is the Sun. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This person, this Swords person, and I think your person does have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Your person is all about the swords, I'm telling you, because the Six of Swords is here now, and this isn't racing to the finish line. This isn't going really fast. This is contemplation. This is thinking. We go from 6 to the 8 of Wands. This 5 is here as well. Changes up just a little bit as we get into the end of next week. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, which tells me that we've been waiting, or there's been time that has passed, or there's been growth here, and now it's time to invest, right? We see here, I'll show it to you up close as soon as I can get these cards to listen. There we go. So you can see that he's there. He's got the pentacle, right? Yeah, it's being held up by by the pumpkin. It's being held up by the pumpkin. So I feel like you're very flexible about, waiting or how long this is going to take. But I do feel that you need to see growth, and you definitely need to have reciprocity. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, right? 7 of Pentacles is waiting, casting your seeds of intention and then nurturing, watching it grow, waiting. It feels like your person has been waiting for this for some of you. 3 of Swords. Oof, what's going on here? Look, for some of you, it's not going to be the answer you want, and I felt that at the very beginning. Because we have the 7 of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. Somebody here is going to be disappointed, for sure. And the reason they're going to be disappointed is because the ships are coming in. It feels like the person who you might be asking to go to the next level, I mean, flip it if you need to, take it as it resonates, but the person that you'll be asking to go to the next level is going to tell you, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure what's coming in on the ships. Somebody here doesn't want to commit. The 3 of Wands is that, yeah. It is waiting for those ships to come in, and it feels like somebody here is waiting. It's almost like they're waiting because they want to know what's on the ships first. It almost feels like somebody has someone else in the background waiting to say yes or no. Your person might have someone else who has been talking to them, trying to get them away from you. I don't mean to be dramatic. I'm not a dramatic reader. I'm a Taurus sun. I don't do drama. But it feels like that there is this energy moves into the speed bump. And it feels like we go from this celebratory time, I'm getting the ring, I'm going to ask you to marry me, or you're going to move in, or I'm going to ask this person to go to the next level, let's celebrate. It goes from that to, I'm not really sure if that's what I want to do. I'm waiting for the ships to come in. Don't move so fast. Don't move so fast. Let's wait a little bit. And I think it's disappointing for you, or heartbreaking. I think that you were very sure that this person was going to give you an emphatic yes. For some of you, it is a waiting for some reason. And we can get into clarifying that as well. It isn't necessarily that they have someone else they're hoping for. That's not what I'm saying. For some of you, it's going to be that, and I'm sorry if it is. I'm not trying to call it out like it's lunch. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be terrible and hurtful. But for others of you, it feels like your person is going to put you on hold. Because it feels like we need to move first from the chaos to the calm. We need to move this forward, but let's move it forward slowly. 7 of Pentacles is Virgo, right? Let's look over the details, make sure we're not missing anything. Make sure this thing is growing with a sturdy, solid foundation. But the 3 of Swords is no joke, right? It is disappointment. So whether this person says not yet, because some of you, it's not going to be a whole no. It's going to be, I think this is moving too quickly. I think that we should wait. 7 of Pentacles. But this 3 of Wands, looking at the Chariot here, doesn't make me happy, because it feels like somebody is waiting for something else to happen first. Whether that's someone else to come into town, or like this Chariot's racing in, right? Things are moving really fast in the week ahead. Or this person feels like your relationship's moving really fast. So I feel like for some of you, it's going to be, wait, no, not yet. I'm still waiting on something. We've got the Sun. And the Sun with the 8 of Swords in the reverse tells me that somebody's no longer overthinking it and now feels like they have the answer. But guess what? It goes to the 5 of Swords. We have these differences that are fundamental that we may not be able to get over. What are the fundamental differences, please? One of you might have an addiction. And it's probably even, I'm not saying it's an addiction that's out of hand, but nonetheless an addiction. Like maybe it's video games, or it is alcohol. Could be anything, really. It feels like one of the fundamental differences is you're a smoker, I'm not. You're a drinker, I'm not. I don't want you spending our money on liquor. I don't want you spending our money on video games. So it feels like it feels like somebody has differences here. Differences of opinion. Hang on a sec here. We've got a Star. But can we heal it? Can we get over it? It feels like somebody's hopeful that we can get over this fear of committing, or over this fear of, you think I spend too much doing this, that, and the other thing that you don't approve of fiscally. And it feels like fundamental difference. It feels like somebody thinks that either you have an addiction or you think they have an addiction. It could be that. It could be, and like when I say addiction, I think it's something that we've been doing for a long time. It could be that you can't stop. That's generally what addiction is. But it feels like somebody feels like you do it too much. You do it obsessively. The Star is Aquarius energy. The Devil is Capricorn energy. This person, I feel your person wants to heal this first. They want to look at these toxicities and get rid of the toxicities first. Wait, let's have a moment of clarity. Let's talk about it. Let's have an aha moment. Let's break through the wall here and let's shine light on it. Let's get a lot of clarity on what's going on here. It looks like someone is kind of dragging their heels because they don't want to have to deal with financial issues and all of these things that you should have worked out before you get into a relationship, or a serious relationship at that. It feels like this person wants to work that all out first. And we have the Lovers. The thing is that we are soulmates. That's the thing, but you understand what the 5 of Swords means now. Because it feels like if we're going to get it out on the table, let's get it out on the table and see if we can heal it. Can we heal all these things? Because if we can, then we can move forward. But the 5 of Swords, I feel like go in the week ahead, it feels like it's a speed bump for you. And you're going to have to slow way down in order to be able to talk about things, because somebody here isn't going to move to the next stage until they decide that this is taken care of. We'll talk about that in the extended. We'll also talk about this. Is it marriage? Is it engagement? Is this going to be like in front of people? We'll talk about that, because like for some of you, it might just catch you by surprise. You might be the person that is on the receiving end and you don't know it. So let's go into the extension and we will talk about, we didn't look at there we go. We didn't look at the, what's holding us up here, the foundation. What's the foundation here? The foundation is healing. The foundation is that we are at the crossroads. We'll talk about that as well in the extension. So there's a link. First link in the description is where the extension is below this video. If you want to be there, that's where I'll be. Thank you so much for watching up to here. I'm going to be back because I'm always back and I love you guys too much not to be back. I'm out. See you guys. Bye-bye.